In this video, I'm going to show you how to put together this tire blaster.
Alright, we're doing it. At the end of the video, I'll give you some tips on how to use this as well. But for now, let's get started. Unfortunately, these don't come assembled, so you have to assemble everything yourself. I'm going to start with installing the pressure relief valve. I'm wrapping all the fittings with Teflon tape and a light coating of blue thread sealer. Everything gets wrapped, coated, then threaded on and tightened down. You need to get these fittings tightened down pretty tight to create an air seal, but you don't want to over tighten them to the point that you break it either. I usually tighten them until it's snug enough that I can't turn it anymore while giving it medium strength turns. Keep in mind, once these are tightened, you don't want to back them off or untighten them at all, otherwise you could break the air seal. We're just finishing installing the charging port valve. This will allow you to connect the female quick connect port at the end of your air hose to the tire blaster. Then all you have to do is open up the charging port valve and fill it with air. For the tire pressure gauge, you're going to want it to be facing towards the charging port that we just installed. That way you can see what the air pressure is while you're filling it up. It will naturally stop filling once it gets up to the same pressure as the air compressor tank it's being filled from. We just got to get these last couple turns in and get it facing exactly where we want it. Perfect. Looks great. Now all we have to do is prep this last large port so we can install the big brass ball valve. It's the same process as before. White Teflon tape, then a light coat of pipe dope on the male threads. You're going to need a pretty big wrench for this one. This large ball valve is what releases all the pressurized air after the blaster gets filled. And just like we did with the pressure gauge, make sure this fitting's properly positioned on its final turn so the handle's facing up. They make different kinds of blaster attachments for the end here, but I'm just using the standard rectangular smaller single port. The other one I was showing is closer to a half circle that would wrap around the tire and blast air evenly throughout smaller holes going around it. But personally, I prefer the more concentrated blast coming out of the smaller single port. You're going to need a second wrench for this part to get it fully tightened down. And just like the others, on the final turn, we want to make sure this tire blaster port is positioned with the hook at the bottom so it can rest on the rim. And there it is, fully assembled tire blaster. Okay, now it's time to test it out and give you some tips on how to use it. First, we're going to need to fill it with air. You just connect your quick connect female fitting on the end of the air hose to the male quick connect fitting we installed on the blaster. In order to fill it, the small ball valve must stay open and the big ball valve has to stay closed. Once it's filled, you have to close the smaller ball valve before you disconnect the air hose. Once it's filled up, you're able to release all the air in one shot by opening up this bigger ball valve.
And there it is. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Bam!